that's Simon Munns, high-stakes online player from Germany, sizing up the players. Probably making a few notes as well, because he'll be joining our cash game very soon in proceedings. And he's someone that can mix it up.
What do you make of Andrew Black's beard, Neil? I haven't seen him with quite that much facial hair before, and I'm having trouble adjusting.
Well, actually, it's quite interesting, because he grew this beard earlier in the year, about February time, and I was playing with him in March, and a very drunk man on the rail just kept on screaming beard over and over. And then at one stage during the game, the man leant over. There was a rail around the table. It was quite a big game, and there was a rail around the table, and the guy leant over, having shouted fuzzy, in order to grab Andy's beard, just to feel the lushness of it. And it is a lovely beard. It's a work of art. Security men were called, and Andy did actually hit him with the massage girl's cushion.
Right, well, that's not the level of Buddhist calm that we expect from him, is it?
Oh, really?
Andrew Feldman raises from the button with ace-10. Andy Black back from his little break, and it's been at least 4 minutes since he played a hand. So
I think that's a factor, actually. He's definitely sitting there thinking, well, actually, he's got a hand. He's got 2-7, so I can't be too cruel to Andy. But
wasn't a huge surprise to see him play, though.
I did kind of think he was like 99% certain to call that raise. Andrew Feldman, obviously, often going to raise from the button, is not always going to have a hand as strong as ace-10. That would be well above his button raising range. And he might actually think that he's ahead here, but he's not going to play. He gives it a bit of a suspicious glance. Andrew Feldman, actually, he never really does anything very much in a hurry. He likes to kind of make little comments like, I know I was winning, and fold.
He also likes to guess players' hands after the event, and has a reasonably bad record.
He's really bad at that, actually. It always amuses me when I play him.
Oh, I hate that. I don't really have an idea. I'd say member states in the European Union. $13. No way. $7. Oh, I know this guy. So I have a picture of him in my head. He's the French president. He's Sarkozy. Brussels. Budapest. Which country shares the same name as its capital? It's not Malta. It's not Luxembourg, so it's not Liechtenstein, because that's Vaduz. So it's that little poxy one. Okay. What is it? So people go skiing there. Andorra. France. Just want to get a bit sure of this. Austria. And Italy. Oh, can I change that last one? France, Austria, and are you allowed to say, because I know this is France, Austria, and go on, I'll say Italy. Go on. It's not very good, is it?
Andy Black starts our European quiz with 4 out of 8. I think it's beatable, Andy. High stakes cash game action continues here at the ECG. Season 2. And Eric Liu, who dominated Season 1, it's off to a losing start now.
Yeah, just don't keep going on about Eric Liu dominating Season 1. I mean,
I remember he completely destroyed you, didn't he?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm just about over it now, actually.
It's an impressive display from him last season. But
yeah.
It's hard to repeat.
He's doing all right. He made a little bit of a move a minute ago, didn't he? It didn't quite come off, but he looks quite composed. Jens Killonen, he hasn't been too active recently, has he? And now he's found himself a hand, raising up with the 2 kings. Bruno has decided 2 sevens is the hand that you might want to 3-bet with, and that seems fairly reasonable.
Now, there hasn't been much 3-betting. If you're Jens, do you 4-bet here or do you flat call with your kings?
On the depth of stacks, I think I flat call.
900. Bet 900.
Yeah, Bruno has about 9,000
I
behind.
don't know. I have no idea about 10.
That's going to be the effective stack, slightly less than Jens.
Yeah, I think if they were both sitting there with 30,000, I'd be inclined to stick another raise in. But I think with these stacks, you got some kind of chance of getting a decent pot out of it, and you can be more deceptive. He has 4-bet though.
No,
23. Sorry, 23 total.
I know, I thought they were 500s as well. It cost me
23
a few quid.
total.
He's made the right size bet, I think, because he's trying to open the door to give Bruno the idea that if he goes all in, Jens is trying to sell the idea that if Bruno goes all in, that Jens has got a stack where he can still fold his hand. He's sort of shown some weakness. Bruno's gone for the call.
I don't really understand that.
I hate it. It's there's not enough money between the two of them. I mean, Bruno started this hand with in the region of 9,000, and
flop comes 3.
you need a lot more money there. You need so many things to happen. Flopping
Jens
a
now
set
has got
is,
a monster.
Yeah. Jens is obviously going to just check this to death, I would think now, and hope that Bruno puts his relatively smallish amount in. He's got 7,500 left. There's nearly 5,000 in the pot. If Jens can get a bet out of Bruno, it's going to be like half his stack, and the rest should follow.
2,200.
Generally, I'm a big fan of leading with monsters, but with Bruno's stack being relatively small, I don't lead this one. I don't really like this bet.
I mean, if Jens checks there, it does look like, I don't know, either a bluff or queens or something like that. Then he may get Bruno. It's hard to see what hands Bruno continues with here, apart from exactly ace-king.
Seeing Bruno's hand here, obviously we have extra information that Jens doesn't have, but if Jens did check twice, it's pretty, Bruno being an aggressive player, he should make a bet on the turn, and that would be a bet of around 3,200 or something.
My question was sort of what hands does Bruno continue once he bets the flop? If we're thinking about Bruno's pre-flop calling range, there just aren't too many that he can continue with there, are there?
Well, what does Jens put Bruno on pre-flop? Probably a pair. And unless he's flop set under set, there's no way he's going to get any more money out of him, and that's such an unusual occurrence that, I don't like Jens's bet on the flop. No.
Interesting hand. Big pot. And it's gone Jens Kuhlenen's way.
I don't know.
But Zygmunt's probably richer though.
On we go with Andy Black on the button, which should ensure his participation in this hand, unless I miss my guess.
Well, Andy Black at the table, actually.
Makes it 50-50, doesn't it?
I think so. He loves playing poker, doesn't he? He just wants to be in the game. And
he's a dangerous opponent as well, isn't he? Because he can be unpredictable, and also he's capable of making really big calls.
He's not called mad for nothing.
Okay, raise. 450.
Well, he's decided to raise this one up.
And who can blame him?
He's got a limper in front. Bruno limped in.
Yeah, and that's always going to potentially attract a raise.
Cool. Okay, cool.
Bruno's played his hand in a fairly standard way. He's got a small pair. If he raises and gets re-raised, he's building a big pot out of position, and he'd rather limp and call, try and flop a set. That seems fairly standard.
He must be worth at least 20.
I might have had a stab at this flop, actually, if I was Bruno. It's not a terrible flop for 2 4s, is it? He's actually only, he's got 2 undercards. I mean, that doesn't happen very often when you've got a pair of 4s. And unless Andy's got a queen, you might just pick up the pot there and then.
Well, he's decided to check call, and now Andy Black's
pretty
check
unusual.
behind.
7.
It's come a bit messy. I think Bruno thought he was winning on the flop, but Yeah, I'm sure Andy missed opportunities there.
Yeah, you surprised Andy Black didn't bet that turn?
I thought the turn was a good card for Andy if he was going to bet the river. He probably regretted it. By the river, he's thinking, oh, God, I should have bet this. It's too late. But, yeah, I thought Andy might have bet the turn. That was his time to pick that one up, I think.
Well, he didn't. And Bruno's fours are good. It's been an up-and-down ride for Bruno Fitoussi from France. But that pot will make him feel a little bit better about life.
I can confirm.
Jens Kulinen has quietly made his way to the top of our leaderboard, up over €3,000. Only two other players, Ricardo Souza and Andrew Feldman, in profit. And down at the bottom, a surprising name, Eric Liu, €3,300 in the red. But plenty of time for Eric to turn that round. It's early days, but already players have been making a claim for the title. Andrew Feldman, Ricardo Souza and chip leader Jens Kulinen are ahead of the pack and will be looking to extend their lead. Tune in next time for more action from the PokerHeaven.com European Cash Game.